This video is about PRAC design principles. So what is PRAC? Proximity, repetition, alignment, and contrast. The PRAC design principles were created by graphic designer Robin Williams. Proximity definition. Proximity is how items in a design are grouped together. Proximity implies and establishes a relationship between these items. Proximity places the items close to each other to show the connection and relationship between these design items. Helps to focus the viewer's attention. It communicates a visual connection of the items through unity. So you can see this is an example of proximity because the four circles are close together, so they're grouped. The bottom part doesn't show any proximity because they're nowhere near each other. Proximity example. So it can be used to organize a list of items from the art storeroom. The first example on the left is in alphabetical order, but it is hard to decipher. The items are art related, but they're not organized. So it's got acrylic paint, chalk pastels, chalk pastel pencils, charcoal, etc. The second example on the right is an example grouped into types with a bold heading. Items grouped together are related to each other to show proximity. So you can see we've got the art storeroom in bold, we've got pencils, and they're grouped together. Anything to do with pencils is grouped together. Everything to do with paint is grouped together. Everything to do with watercolor. So the proximity is applied in this case. Proximity examples. So on the left is a very bad example of design. You should not be impressed by it. You should think it's horrible because it is. This business card has relevant information, but none of the items are related or grouped together. Items are not aligned and are not presented they are presented in an unorganized way. It displays 5 separate elements with equal amounts of space. So you've got the middle part where it says the lolly box, you've got the telephone and fax in the right corner, Lollyville in the left corner, bottom left is the address, and on the right is an email and website address. Nothing lines up. It's a terrible example of proximity. This one on the right, this business card is more organized and easy to read. Items aren't necessarily close together, but all elements are connected logically as well as being visually connected. Repetition definition. Repetition is the reoccurrence or repeating of a design element such as line, pattern, color, shape, fonts, texture, or other visual elements. This component is repeated with other components with a similar feature that are organized in a composition. Repetition works with the pattern to make the work of design seem active. The repetition of the elements creates unity within the work of design. It can be repeated features such as bullets, lines, bold text headings, color, imagery, borders, typography styles, etc. Repetition adds visual interest to unify the overall design. Basically, repetition is something that's repeating. That's basically what it is. So you can see with the green squares, they are repeating the pattern. Repetition in shape, the purple triangles are repeated. Repetition in patterns, you've got this black squiggle line, then these red lines, so it's a repeated pattern. Repeated pattern in color, you've got the yellow and then the blue smiley faces. On the right says repetition in styling, so repetition with the bullets underneath. And finally, repetition in the headings. You can see it's got lollybox and item. They are repeated with the way that they are presented. Repetition example. Repetition is shown through this St. Columba College Middle School Selection Handbook through the use of colour, font, subheadings, main body text, etc. There's consistent styling over the 2 pages. The table uses the same colour, font, style, size, etc. The spacing is mostly repeated on both pages, and the logo, there's a watermark on the left bottom corner and the actual logo in the top right corner. Alignment. Probably out of the 4, this one's the easiest one to understand. Alignment is the organized arrangement and placement of the elements in a design. Alignment is the lining up of graphics and text in a design canvas. Alignment helps with the visual direction for viewers so they can scan the work with a sense of order in the design. Alignment makes a more unified design and refers to the objects being evenly distributed, e.g. left, centered, right aligned or justified, bottom, top, etc. So you can see we've got left align, centered, right align, justified. So it's the same equal space on both sides. Bottom alignment, centered, and top. These are some examples of a very simple business card, just showing the different parts of alignment. So we've got the left align, centered, combination, right align, and then again, this really bad example, no alignment shown, none of the elements of design are actually lined up. Contrast. Contrast is the large difference between the two things to create visual interest in a design. It is the juxtaposition of the different elements of design to draw the eye of visual interest. Contrast creates emphasis and the visual impact in a design. It helps to make crucial information the focal point and the dominant feature. Contrast can be created through using opposites, e.g. large, small, thick, thin lines, cool, warm colors, horizontal, vertical directions, etc. It can be shown through font styling using drop caps, bright colors, size of fonts, weight of fonts, etc. So we've got lots of different examples of contrast. Space, we've got dark against light, texture, smooth against rough, size, large against small, color, horizontal and vertical directions, shapes, so geometric shapes against organic. Organic means it doesn't actually have a shape name. Size and shape, 2D shape against 3D form, tone and value, font and typeface, bold and italic, and styling. Contrast examples. So contrast is used throughout the St. Columba College website. This is an example of a screen grab from last year. The main yellow banner contrasts against the predominantly green website. The photo of the student contrasts against the yellow background, and the use of the white box around the text box contrasts the yellow background. Contrast is shown again when you roll over the navigation bar. The light green drop down is used, which contrasts against everything else on the page. So, how does this design show PRAC principles? Well, this really simple logo shows proximity. All elements are close together to create unity, and the text is also close. Repetition, the use of the color, the red box and the red font, the yellow oval background, the yellow font, use of text, repeated font, weighting, size and style. Alignment, so the text of both the yellow lolly text and the red box are aligned. The object, yellow oval, is lined up with the bottom and top of the box image. Contrast, the color yellow lolly text on the top of the red box image and the red box text against the yellow oval. Shape, the box image and the oval background. So how is it shown in this simple business card? So proximity, all elements are close together to create unity. The business information close to each other reads in a logical order. Repetition, the colors are repeated colors with the logo and business details. Font, repeated type in logo. Font, repeated font styling for business details. Alignment, the logo's aligned left, the business details aligned right. Contrast, color, the yellow lolly text on top of the red box image, the red box text against the yellow oval. Shape, the box image and the oval background. Text and background, the white background with the red lettering. Business details, address, telephone, fax is in a different size to the email and website details. And alignment, logo right and the business details left. This particular slideshow has been put together by looking at a lot of different types of websites to help with trying to help your understanding of what the PRAC principles are, and hopefully by looking at these PRAC principles, it'll help you to do better design. Thanks.